Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Food School Smarter, Stronger, Leaner podcast on a mission to change the way the world eats. My name is Shurina, and I'm a certified nutritionist, health, nutrition, performance, productivity coach. I help people like you guys to learn how to use nutrition as a tool to look, feel, and do your best in absolutely everything, guys. I like to repeat this phrase: nutrition, food we put on our plate. That's what we are built from the ground up. Every single cell in our body is built from the foods we put on our plate. It's hugely important. But food is not the only thing that is important, right? Things like sleep, they affect how the food is metabolized and used in our body, how well we make decisions on a regular basis, how well our brain works in general. And that will define whether we feel happy and focused and we are productive or not. Things like exercise and your movement practice. Things like stress management and relationships. It all matters. It all matters. But I think I have a bias for food and for its importance because I've been studying it for so long and I've been working with people for more than 10 years. And I think the most important part of my journey is my personal food journey. And I experienced personally how food transformed my life. How because I changed the foods that I put on my plate, because I learned the science, how to use food to amplify my strength and to work around my weaknesses and a lot of times fix those weaknesses. Because I experienced that profound transformation on all levels personally, and I know what a huge part food and behaviors around food played in my personal transformation. That's why I'm living in Mexico and pretty much anywhere I want. I don't have a lot of issues, and when I have a goal, I go after it. Now, it's still going to be challenging and it's still going to take time, but I never feel like there is something else in my way. Food gave me so much confidence, believe it or not, guys. And actually, as I'm going through different aspects of micro and macronutrients in our food and how that affects our mental and physical states, more confidence can actually come from food, believe it or not, and eating certain foods and not eating other foods. Anxiety, depression, brain fog. Those are states that you want to less of. And again, believe it or not, food has a lot to do with that. But besides bringing you motivation and inspiration to change your eating habits to utterly, in all ways, transform yourself and your life journey and your work and your business and your relationship, besides giving you inspiration and motivation today to look deeper and more closely into your plate, changing that to improve, to transform yourself. Today, we have a lighter episode about sleep. Sleep is important, again, for your brain, for your physical, for your body health. Sleep it changes how your body deals with food. It changes how your brain makes decisions. Sleep is so important. And on Monday and Tuesday, we talked about two, I'd say, most important factors when it comes to sleep quality. How to adjust temperature. So you sleep deeper, you fall asleep, you sleep without waking. Temperature in your room, and ultimately your body, your core temperature. We talked about light. That is essential, exposing yourself to different kinds of light, natural and artificial, at different times of the day. It has a profound effect on internal clocks that we have in all of our cells, and the major one is in our brain. It has a profound effect on the circadian clocks, on our circadian biology, on our sleep-wake cycle, on our metabolism, the way we view light hygiene is so crucial for sleep quality and everything, absolutely everything related to our health, from hormones to our mood, to our productivity, to the way we lose or gain weight and fat and muscle. Light is so important. So please do listen to that episode if you haven't yet, that we did on Tuesday. It's all about light and sleep. And then today is a lighter episode before we move to what I'm most passionate about, nutrition around sleep, for better sleep, foods and supplements and timing of things like alcohol and coffee and meals. So that's all coming at the end of the week. So you also maybe have more time to listen to that over the weekend, over the Christmas weekend, right? Today is a lighter episode, and we're talking about water, not peeing during the night, having continuous one big block of sleep, and how to go around your hydration in general to have better sleep experience. So quite a few of my clients, when we start working together, when I ask them, how well do you sleep? Do you wake up during the night? Like, well, I usually don't wake up, but very often I would wake up and go and pee. And this is such an easy fix for most people, unless you have problems with your bladder. And I'm like, so let's fix it. Why do you wake up every night to pee? You have normally functioning bladder as far as we know. So let's adjust the time of your last big drinking liquids episode. When do you stop drinking your teas, your water before going to bed? And very often, more often than not, people drink their water right before going to bed because they feel like they're dehydrated a little bit. And so the rule is about 2 hours, 90 minutes before bed. That's when you want to stop excessively drinking water. Yeah, you might have a little bit of something before bed, but ideally you are well hydrated throughout the day. And by 2 hours, 90 minutes before bed, you stop all of your drinking rituals. If you want to have a small cup of tea, like chamomile tea is great for sleep, that's fine. But drinking like half a liter and liter before going to bed, really not gonna help you to stay asleep throughout the whole night. So the solution again is simple: to stop drinking liquids 2 hours, 90 minutes before bed. And then people ask me, but I'm thirsty. And there is an easy fix for that too. You start timing your drinking of water episodes earlier in the day. When I wake up, I started with half a liter of water. In an hour or a couple of hours, I drink another half a liter. And by around 11, 12 p.m., I drink another half a liter. And then I kind of keep drinking another half a liter, plus, there is some coffee, there is some tea every 3 hours. So by the time it's about 7 p.m. and I go to bed around 8:30, I'm done with my liquids. I've had all of my liters of water. It's usually ends up being 2-3 liters of water. And it was all of my teas and all of my coffees, and I feel perfectly hydrated. But the key to that is starting drinking your water early. And then people would ask me, well, I don't want to drink water early. I'm not thirsty. It doesn't matter. When it comes to water and hydration, start drinking early. As simple as that. At first, it might feel unnatural. You might feel like you're forcing it. But after a while, it will become your second nature. And when you wake up on autopilot, you're going to drink your water and you actually start being thirsty. Especially if you don't drink that water before going to bed, then in the morning, you're going to wake up thirsty. It's like with food. People tell me, Angela, but I want to eat before bed because I'm so hungry. And I tell them, well, hold that hunger for one night, just one night. And then next morning, wake up, do your things for about 90 minutes, because before 90 minutes, it's not a good idea to start eating food. That's what Neuroscience tells us. And the science of gut health. So in the morning, you're going to get up and you're going to be hungry. And you're going to start eating earlier. And by dinner, more often than not, you're going to be full. And that's going to create this new cycle of better eating. When you eat most of your food during the day and then at night, you're no longer hungry, right? So the same with water. Start drinking your water early in the day. Stop drinking it 2 hours before bed. And after just a few days, you're going to be thirsty in the morning and you're going to be not thirsty at night. And that will help you to stay asleep throughout the whole night without waking up. Now, there are other issues that you can have, and that might be the reason why you might be waking up. But let's at least eliminate one of those reasons. And another personal hack or tool that I use to not wake my brain up and to keep myself kind of sleepy. So if I do wake up during the night, for one reason or the other, like adjust my air conditioner, or maybe I do need to pee once in a while. So what I do to not wake myself up, my brain up, and to get back to sleep as soon as possible, I don't turn on any lights, especially bright lights, because that will really wake your brain up and it's going to be so much harder to fall asleep. What I do is I take my phone. My phone is usually on autopilot and it's faced down. So if there is any notification for some reason coming through, I don't have any lights flashing in my room. So my phone is face down. I get up, I pick it up, I face it down still, and I press some button on the side. So there is some light now flashing from my phone, eliminating my path to the toilet. And when I'm in the toilet, I set it against the wall, so the light again is not shining into my eyes, but it's more kind of like a lamp, standing lamp. So it's standing against the wall, not, too close. So there is a light reflecting off that wall and I can see everything perfectly, whatever it is I need to see there. And when I'm done, I get my phone. Again, I face it down to eliminate the path towards my bed. I put it on the nightstand beside my bed, again, facing down, so there is nothing flashing. And I'm happily asleep in just a few minutes. So just another hack that I use that helped me to go to bed much faster if I need to wake up for some reason. I do a lot of experiments, like with my air conditioner, adjusting temperature, seeing how that affects my sleep, or sleeping without it, or drinking water, not drinking water, eating certain foods, not eating certain foods, fasting or eating carbs, not eating carbs. So sometimes it does happen that I wake up during the night and I do something like adjusting my aircon and going to the bathroom, and that's what I do with my phone. I use it as this guiding light, and that because I don't turn on any bright lights, I go to bed really easily. So this is it for today, guys. Food, motivation, and inspiration to look deeper into your food and into your meals, because that will transform how you feel, like confident or anxious, brain fogged, or super focused and in the flow. So look on your plate. If you need any advice, any tips, that's my specialty, productive brain focus, brain nutrition and lifestyle. Please do reach out. Please do re-listen to those episodes if you haven't done so on temperature and light. Those are foundational routines and habits around your sleep for effective, good night of sleep. So in the morning, you wake up refreshed, feeling good mentally and physically, and you're ready to go, right? So listen to those episodes. Today was a light episode. If you have any questions around, waking up, going to the bathroom, or maybe waking up in general, please also do reach out. I have quite a few tools that I've worked out with my clients over the years. And stay tuned for Thursday and Friday. We're going to be talking all about different substances and supplements and foods for better sleep. We even going to talk about foods, believe it or not, that help you dream and help you to improve your mental health and increase your creativity. So stay tuned, and till next time, besides sleeping better, eat better daily.